Hi everyone, this is my first video on my 2004 Toyota Prado, and you've probably come to this video because you might need help changing or doing the work yourself, or whatever the title may be of this video. And I'm going to take you through the steps of doing the DIY, whatever the title is. So I'm in Australia, and on YouTube there isn't many videos for the 120 series, how to do these simple things at home and to save you some money. So today I'm going to be changing the left hand side mirror on my Prado because it's a bit cracked. This is how I got it, but also it's very floppy in here, and when I use the button inside to try and adjust the mirror, it won't turn. So that's what I'm going to change. Now let's get straight into it. I have already done like a quick example off camera, just to see if there's any problems on the way. But basically, to get to that mirror, we need to take off this whole door trim. I thought it was simply as just by taking the corner piece out here and the bolt, but no, we actually take out the whole. We've got to take off this whole trim. So the way we do that is there is 5 bolts and clips holding this trim on. So one is under the armrest, 2 is behind this plastic cover for the door handle, the 3rd one is under the window power button, the 4th one is behind here, which we just simply pull off and unscrew it, and the 5th one is just this clip here. You would get something and just push it in, and then you just pull it out. So I'm going to take these off, but I'll just give you a quick tip as well, because there is clips under here you don't want to break. So with your plastic tool, and I don't have a plastic tool yet, but I will get some so I don't damage or scratch anything. But for your armrest, you want to go from this side and press down, and the same for your window one as well, but it's already loose, this one, because I already, as I said before, I've already been through it, so I can make this video as smooth, so you don't have to watch me like actually do step by step and take too long. So I'm going to remove those covers and expose the screws we got to remove. I'll pause it. Okay, cool. I've removed the covers and everything. So our first bolt is going to be here, number 1, moving up to the door handle, it's in there. Number 2, to the window power. 3, up to the mirror where it comes in, remove the black cover, and it removes that bolt, and then come down, and there's another one there, the 5th one. So while you're at removing this bolt here behind the window power, if you also take off that connector that goes into there and just set it aside. I will remove those 5 bolts now, or screws, and come back to you. Okay, those 5 bolts screws have been removed. Now we're going to remove this trim. This trim has to come off to get access to the actual bolts that are holding the mirror on. So with your plastic tool, we want to start in the left hand corner of the left hand door and pop it in there, and you just simply pop it out until you hear that click. Same, and you just do the side. Once you can get your fingers under there enough, well, you can use your hands and simply just go all around. Okay. Once you've done that, then you would lift it up and expose it because there's stuff behind it. So this is the mechanism and cables for the door handle. So what you want to do is you want to disconnect them. Simply pull it forward and release it. Same for the next one, and you'll just see how they easy come out, and they easy just go back in like that too. So once you remove it, then you're going to remove this cable. This is for your light. So if I go to the forward, go to the front, that's your light. Remove that one, and last one here, this is your speaker cable. So you just remove that one as okay. Once you remove it, your trim door should simply come off like that. Now I'll put this in a safe place. I'm just going to put mine in my boot laying down. And that's our new mirror we're going to put in, so bring it to the front. Now this is what it looks like when you've got it removed. And over here, but we're going to remove these two bolts now and also disconnect this. That runs to the mirror to make it adjust. So go ahead and do that. Okay, all my bolts are off. I've disconnected the power to the window. Now coming around to the front, because I have these window guards, you may have to buy some more sticky stuff to put it back on, but you just simply pull it out and there you go. So that's the old one. And that's what it looks like when it's removed. We're going to fix our new one. Undo the bolts and then we'll simply just put it back in, connect it. We're just going to get our first bolt on so it can sit there. I'm going to connect it to the power and just test it. So it's a bit tricky holding the camera and trying to do all the work with one hand, but I'll just pull it through, make sure that wire is through, and then you just align the threads in those 3 holes, and it's got to get tucked under. Tucked under if you have these pieces on, simply goes in like that, and I'm just going to put the first bolt on. So it doesn't fall out, because I just want to test it now. So go ahead and connect this, and I'm going to go around the other side and test it. So this is what I was talking about before. It wouldn't adjust when you press these. So the left hand mirror now, and yep, that's working. It's adjusting. Good. So I'd recommend testing it out first before you put everything back on, in case it doesn't work and you may need to return it or something. So that's happy. I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to put everything back on. Okay, I'm back around the other side. We're going to put the 2 remainder bolts on there so we can fix that into place, and get our door trim, put it back on, making sure we connect 1, 2 and 3 of our cables back. Our power to those components of the door trim, and then also our 2 cables, one for the door lock and one for the handle, we're going to put back in. So I'll get my door trim. With that cable that actually connects to the power window, we can't connect that to anything yet. So just tuck it under so you can expose it to the front here. So I've done those other 2 cables, the light and the speaker. So what we're going to do is now connect these last 2 cables. One goes in the top. This is the white. If yours is the same color, this one is for the lock, and that will go in the top. Click in. The white cable, you just got to hold that forward and then put it into the grooves. Your door handle, you put the ball into there and run the cable back, and you just simply click it into the grooves. Now all that's done. Now we need to put this door trim back on. So this ledge here has to tuck under this part of the door trim. Making sure your window power cord is there. You have to give it a bit of push on the top and then down like that. So that's all back on top. Now you just simply, I would recommend getting underneath so don't break any clips, and just make sure these clips are aligned to their holes. And if not, well, that means the top is not on properly, or the top has to be pushed down properly. So mine is not aligning up, so if I was to force that, I'd break this clip. So I'll just quickly check. Okay, so yes, it was just the top of the trim. I had to press down more, adjust it. So now they align up, and so you just simply go around the entire trim and click in. Click them all back in. Cool. Another step back on, we're going to put all of our bolts and plugs back in too. So remember, one goes in there, your second one, I just dropped it in, your second one will go in there, your third one there, and your final one right there. and then you can put all your covers back on, and remembering to connect that to your window mechanism on the back. So go ahead, do that. I will pause, I'll do all mine, and I'll get that screw out I just dropped in here, and I will meet you back soon. Awesome. And that tells me I've got the right, that cord's plugged in because it's lit up. And once you've done your covers, put them back on and put all your bolts back in. Don't forget this cover too, and this little clip here. Basically you're all done, and that is how you simply change a mirror. I could have had this done in 5 minutes, 10 minutes if I wasn't recording, but when I did the example, when I went through it off camera, it was about 5 minutes in total to change the mirror. It was all easy. So thank you for coming to watch. Yes, stay tuned for whatever I decide to do next, for whatever next the title's going to be. But looks good. Thank you.